Hello, everyone, and welcome to our webinar. I'm Priya Manand, your host for today's webinar, and we're excited to have you with us for this insightful session on time management techniques for peak performance, brought to you by Education Nest. At Education Nest, a subsidiary of Sambodhi Research and Communication, we specialize in delivering innovative corporate training programs tailored to elevate your skills and empower your organization's growth. Our dedication to excellence ensures that each learning experience is impactful, relevant, and designed to drive success. Our focus today is simple but crucial: learning how to manage time effectively to boost productivity, reduce stress, and enhance performance. Time is one resource we all have equally, and how we manage it determines our success. By prioritizing tasks, setting realistic goals, and managing distractions, we can achieve peak performance in a world that's always competing for our attention. Effective time management doesn't just help you get more done, it also promotes a healthier work life balance, ensuring that you thrive both professionally and personally. Today, we are privileged to have Mahinder B. Thakur, an expert in productivity and personal development, as our speaker. He is one of India's leading corporate trainers, leadership coaches, and keynote speakers. With over 12 years of corporate experience and 8 years in training and coaching, he has guided employees from more than 200 organizations. Mahendra is also the founder of U Transformation Private Limited, Brain Blueprint, and Uplift Synergy. He has also been recognized with awards like Inspirational Person of the Year 2020 and Karambir Award. He is also committed to initiatives in environment preservation, education, and women empowerment. Mahender is here to share practical tips, strategies that will help you take control of your schedule, reduce stress, and boost your performance. Before we dive into our session, a quick reminder: please feel free to post your questions in the comment section. We will have a dedicated Q&A session towards the end where Mahinder will answer your queries. Without further ado, let's get started. Over to you, Mahinder.
Thank you, Priyam, for such a wonderful introduction. And my gratitude to Education Nest for creating a platform where people like me and our participants can come together and share the knowledge, sharing the experience. Everybody is right now going through a tough time. Everybody is struggling in their life with something or other. In those times, platform like Education Nest is helping those people to transform their personal and professional life. So kudos to Education Nest, and thank you, Priyam, for a wonderful start. Now, since the session is going to be on time management, so we should be very, very mindful about the time where we are investing. So first of all, thank you so much everyone who's watching this video right now and probably later, because what you're going to invest in next 40-45 minutes is the most precious commodity of your life, which is time. You can earn money, you can lose money, but you can regain money again. Almost everything you are somehow is able to get back, but what you will never get, the time that you're spending right now with this training. So I want you to please make sure for the next 45 minutes, for 15 minutes, you're absolutely focused on this training. Keep a notepad, pen with you, write down whatever you feel like, and please use technology, which is the comment box, to keep on interacting with Priyam and me so that we would be able to make this program better for you. So with that, thank you so much, Priyam. Let me start the session. Let me share the screen. Priyam, just help me if you can see my full screen like a presentation.
Yes, Mahinder, we can see your scene clearly. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So today, what we are going to learn is time management techniques for peak performance. We all have heard about time management. In fact, we have seen so many reels, videos, shorts on time management. And ultimately, Everything that we want to learn about time management, we spend so much time in learning so that we are not able to utilize it. This session, with the help of Education Nest, we have compacted all those tried and proven techniques which will transform the way you do time management, which will make you a pro in your time management techniques, which will give you enough time productivity and it will boost your performance. Just stay tuned with us for next 45 minutes.
Yes,
With
and
this,
we're definitely very excited, Mahinder. At least I am. I'm eager to learn so much from you right now.
yes, thank you, Priyam. That is what I'm looking forward, because in my professional life, when I was working with one of the company, I was recently promoted to a managerial role, and it was completely different from an individual contributor. Because individual contributor, you will just focus on your work, you finish your work, and you go home.
Yeah.
But when you become a manager, when you have managed multiple roles, that is where you have to allocate your time very wisely. Because if you focus on one thing, definitely you are going to lose something else. The moment you focus on second thing, you are going to lose third things. And I was struggling like anything.
Yeah.
I had really, I was working long hours. I was doing double shift. I was stretching. I from weekend. I was working from home. I had no personal life, and so on. And I'm sure many people who are watching this video are exactly like me.
Definitely.
Sometimes you have to stretch. Sometimes you're not able to meet deadline.
Yeah.
Sometimes you are focusing too much at work that your family is not happy. When your family is spending too much time on family, your boss is calling you again and again.
Yes.
So
We've all gone.
it's a board.
Yeah, we've
Correct.
all
It's a
gone.
board that everybody is selling.
Yeah.
And let me also bust a myth for you. Nobody can be perfect in time management.
Okay.
If you feel okay, if that person is perfect, that lady is perfect, no, nobody is perfect in time management.
Okay.
They just know some secret, some tools, some techniques, which over the years, over the time, they have been practicing again and again, and they have mastered the art of time management. And that is what you are going to learn
We are going
today.
to learn. Thank you, Mahinder.
Now, I always love this quote about time management, which Robin Sharma, a famous author you might be knowing, has written. Time management is life management. And I can't be, more sure and more agree to this point. Because earlier, when I was struggling with my time, and when I became a corporate trainer and I started going to different companies to train employees, CEOs, VPs, and all sort of people, I realized every time they're coming up to me with different challenges. But at their bottom, there was a single cause. So if you make that funnel, there will be, time management problem, performance management problem, productivity management problem, leadership problem, communication problem, and so on, so on, so on. But if you just funnel it down, what I realize, it is all about managing your mind. The moment you are able to manage your mind, you will be empowered enough to manage other stuff. And when you are struggling to manage your mind, you will have challenges in managing other aspect of life. So time management, according to Robin Sharma, is life management. But according to Mahendra Thakur, time management is mind management. And today, with the tools and technique that you are going to experience, you would be able to give enough strength to your mind to better manage itself. Now, the very obvious question that we all are having, anybody who wants to attend time management, ultimately why you are attending it? You are attending it because you want to increase your productivity, because you want to become more efficient, because you want to achieve peak performance. All of us, we want to do more things in a limited time, isn't it? But to achieve peak performance, you have to do very little minor things. Your minor things will play a major role in your life. Most of the time, we always see peak performance, but we have never thought that how can I achieve peak performance? So you can learn leadership, you can learn communication, you can learn different skills and tools, you can do a lot of courses. but you would only able to apply when you have enough time to do practice it. At the other front, you will be able to learn only when you have enough time to learn it. You are so much occupied in your day-to-day routine, in your day-to-day BAU, in your day-to-day stuff, that you do not have time to think about yourself, isn't it? That is the reason. We all know the answer. Right now, in today's technology age, in today's AI age, any answer that you are seeking is already there. Google Baba with us. Any question that you ask, Google Baba will give you the answer. We have YouTube My with us. You go to YouTube My, you say time management, and YouTube My will tell you. Instagram has come, one of the family member. And top of that, Dadaji, artificial intelligence, step by step process to manage my time. Trust me, you will have all the answers. What you will not find on Google, what you will not find on AI is emotions and experience. And that is what you get in trainings like this by Education Nest. This is why these trainings are very, very important. And by the way, this session is live. So the energy transformation which is happening is live. You can feel it, you can experience it only when you devote your time into it. Time management will help you, number one, it will give you enough time to think. Time management, effective time management will give you enough time to learn. Effective time management will give you enough time to practice. And effective time management will give you enough time to produce result. Because in today's corporate world, in today's entrepreneurial world, in today's generation, or in past generation also, it's always the result that matters the most. If you want to bring all the positive result in your life, start paying attention on your time management skills. It's not about working harder, but smarter. And that's how you win the time game. That's the first lesson for you. Take a screenshot, write it down, and move ahead. In my corporate training journey, I'm also a life coach, a leadership coach. Most of the time, when I'm coaching somebody or during my time management training, my productivity training, I ask this question. Okay, so I know you all have time management challenges. Can you list down your top three challenges? And if you are watching this video, I want you to write down in the comment box what are your time management challenges. And people say, I don't have time, I don't get up on time, I have too many responsibilities, I don't know how to manage my time, I spend too much time on mobile phone, my family members take a lot of my time, my colleagues, they always come to my desk, they eat up my time, they do their work and they go home, and then I end up doing their work and then my work, and the list keeps on going on and on. But if you summarize, there are some critical factors, critical challenges of time management. Number one, procrastination. When we can do the work right now, we somehow procrastinate, and that eventually become big giant challenge problem. Second is your ability to say no. Most of the time you can't say no. When you can't say no, you end up doing a lot of things which you should have not done. And third, distraction. In the age of mobile phone, where everything is available on your hand, in the age of laptop, tablet, in the age of you are being accessible to anybody and everybody, distraction is right now in 2024 one of the major contributing factors for poor time management. And the moment you learn how to manage, how to get rid of your procrastination, distraction, I am telling you, you will be a pro in time management. So, would you like to learn that? Type yes in the comment box and we will move ahead. The lesson number two that we need to learn is any distraction that you are coming to you, it may sound very small. You are just watching one reel on time management, then second reel on time management, then you see a something else, then you see a something else, then you see your favorite hero, then you see your favorite heroine, and you keep on scrolling, and you say, okay, it's just a 2 minute ki to baat hai yaar, just let it be. No, distraction may be temporary, but the time you have wasted is permanent. It is never going to come back. Now, most of the time, when people come to me and they say, I want to learn time management, I always tell them, why? Why do you have to learn time management? Because if you know what you want to do in your life, you don't have to learn about time management, you will eventually do it. And people are often confused. So why you are talking about time management and then having clarity, having goal setting, and so on. Let me tell you why. Suppose you have to go to for a business conference to some other city. All right. So you know your goal that you have to go to a conference from Mumbai to New Delhi. The conference starts at 9 o'clock. Your flight from Mumbai, so generally we have a Delhi flight around 6 o'clock. Okay. The 6 o'clock you have a flight to Delhi. You have to reach around 5 o'clock or quarter to five to airport. You have to enter in the airport. Okay. Mumbai airport, you have to walk a lot. So you have to get up around 3:30, 4 o'clock, get ready. You have to be prepared one day in advance. If everything is clear to you, chances in most of the time with all of us is that we get up on time. Sometimes we don't even get the sleep. And then we are able to reach, then we are able to catch the flight, we reach at the conference. Because your goal is very, very clear. And the best part is the flight will not stop for you. It will not say, okay, Mahendra Thakur is coming, let me wait for half an hour. No, the flight will go on time. Similarly, when you have clarity in your life, your mind, your psychology, your physiology will work in backward. So every day you come to your office, every morning you get up, if you have everything that you want to achieve in that day in your mind very, very clear, you have set a proper goal that today I will be achieving XYZ. The moment you are clear with your goal, trust me, your body language will change. Trust me, your action will change. Trust me, your focus will change. Because when you have to reach to airport, you do everything in fast. All you are getting up ready. Everything that you do very, very fast. Similarly, when you have clarity in your goals, it is going to give you energy. It is going to give you focus. It is going to give you the speed. So be absolutely clear on what you want. If you are only talking about poor time management skills, because somewhere you are not clear where you want to reach in your working life as a working professional. If you are very, very clear that by next year I want to be promoted as my next role, and you keep on seeing this goal every morning, every afternoon, and before you sleep, every time you have that goal in your mind, every action that you will do in your office or probably at home, somewhere will be aligned to your goals. So having clarity and goal will help you to get rid of distraction and become effective time manager. So lesson number 3 is goals. Whatever goals that you have, it turns wishes into plans. We all want to become successful. We all want to become happy. We all want to have more and more time with our family and near and dear people. But these are just wishes. If you write down that I want to become better in time management and I will take A, B, C, D steps, you write down these goals and I will review my result. I will make the changes. All these wishes are going to be converted into plans, and your plans will turn in your time into actions. Simple yet very, very profound. Whatever knowledge that I'm going to share with you, it may look very, very simple, but it has got tremendous outcome. The only challenge with people that despite of knowing 90% will never apply. So my challenge to all of you who are watching this video, I challenge you to apply this learning today itself, because anything that you learn and apply within 24 hours, the chances of that you retaining the information is much, much higher. So you write down your goals, you turn your goals into plans, and automatically your time will convert into actions. Now I remember I was coaching one of the HR managers. She was fantastic at her work, but the only challenge with her was she was very, very sweet to everybody, and she was, everyone's favorite. She will go to all the department. That was part of her job, by the way. She was very popular, but she will end up getting feeling exhausted, frustrated, and not being promoted. Now, what is the use of doing your job so well that you are not even getting promoted? What is the use of working so hard where your work is not being valued? The work that you are doing is not being valued. So she came to me. She said, I want to quit my job because I don't think so. I'm working with the right company. My manager is not valuing my work. I'm one of the hardest working employee of the company, and I do so much. You ask anybody, everybody praises me, everybody talks about me, and yet I'm not getting the recognition, I'm not getting the reward that I should be getting. So I sat down with her and we had a, so I, in my coaching, we have a, uh, every day, every week, every month, we have a detailed plan. So eventually in one or two discovery call, we call it discovery call, I realized that yes, she was right. She was working very, very hard. She was literally, so there's no problem in the productivity. She was very, very good. Like many of you, you might be working very, very hard, managing all your responsibilities very, very well at your home as well as at your workplace. There's no doubt. So you don't have the challenge of time management. But yet you are not able to get the ROI which you are expecting. And the answer lies in Eisenhower matrix. This army general has created this matrix, which is being used by other author later on. And he said very, very simple thing. He said, what you do is less important. What you prioritize is more important. You may do multiple things, but what you prioritize out of it, what is that main thing that you are doing is the most important thing that you should be doing. And how do we do it? Excuse me. You divide, so you make a list of to-do list. Suppose you have in the morning, so from the previous session, you learn that you need to plan your day. You write down all the goals, all the to-do list that you want to achieve during the day. Now you make a to-do list one night prior. It is always advisable that you make before you sleep, you make the list of all items that you want to do tomorrow. If that is not possible due to some reason, you make it in the morning. You make all the lists that you want to achieve. It could be personal, it could be professional, it could be minor, it could be major. It could be life goal also. Just write down everything that you want to do. Now, out of those things, you see and divide these tasks, divide these items into 4 categories. Number 1, urgent. So anything which is very, very urgent, you just say that, yes, I have to do it now. Then you have not urgent. Then you have important and not important. You make 4 quadrant and you see what is the most important task which is also going to impact my rest of the day, which is going to impact my career, which is going to impact the reaction from my colleague or boss, or which is the project which is depending on me. For example, conducting this training was important and yet very very urgent. So I have to absolutely be available for today's training. So I accordingly I manage my yesterday and today, focusing here right now. So things that require immediate action, otherwise there will be direct consequences. These comes under urgent and important quadrant. You put it in this box. Second, which are important but may not be urgent. So for example, you know that every day you have to pay attention on your learning. So you have to learn, which is very very important, which is part of your succession plan, which is part of your progression, but it's not urgent. So you don't have to do it right now. In such task where focusing on your self development, you decide a timeline that every weekend I will be reading a book on so and so, or in this month I will be attending so and so seminar. That could be important and not urgent. It is not urgent, but you have to decide a timeline where you can eventually you have to do it. Please put it. Sometimes in a project, right, when you have a deadline which is 30 days from now, working on your project every day is important, but it is not urgent. We keep on delaying it, we keep on delaying it, we keep on delaying until the last week where it becomes urgent and important both. The effective time managers, the people who manage time very well, knows the importance of important and not urgent. You keep on working on not urgent in your scheduled time. You give a time every day to important and not urgent as well. So it will not become as urgent as it's in most of the cases. So that's very very important. Now there are many tasks which are urgent but which are not important. So uh, for example, you're working and your colleagues come to you and she says, Mahendra, tell me how to make this Excel file or how to make this presentation, or and so on, whatever your relevant work process is going to be. Suppose you're working on your topmost priority. Well, you're working on your important and urgent work. What you should be doing? Oh yeah, let me just tell you. You go to her desk and you start telling. No, you should either say that either you deny it completely or you ask that can I do it later when I have free time, or if it is urgent for her, then please delegate it to somebody who can do it. Some people are very very smart in delegating, but the challenge with those people that they always delegate, so eventually they don't create the right image. You need to know what to delegate, what not to delegate, and this matrix helps you. Anything which is important but can be easily done by someone else, don't do it by yourself. That perfect example you see at your place, that at your home. So doing the dishes or cleaning the house can be also done by you in most of the cases, but you delegate to your help because you know that you can utilize that time to do something different, something that will require your own expertise. So you delegate. That's a very good example that why and what you have to delegate. Last and most common one, I would say, which takes a lot of our time, which is not urgent, not important. Any distraction, watching reels, going over a break, taking too much time in the break, you can avoid and completely ignore. So that these are the four quadrants. Mantra here is it is not about doing more, it is about doing what matters the most. And about the HR manager that I was talking, she was spending so much time in delegate and delete. The moment she shifted her focus from do it now and decide on a time, she got everything from the same company and from the same managers. And trust me, you can have the same. From today onwards, work on this matrix. I think you might have heard about this 80-20 rule. 20% of your ROI, 80% of your ROI comes from the 20% of your task. At your workplace, whenever you have performance management review, you come to a manager and you say, sir, I have done so many things, madam, I have done so many things during the year. But your boss says to you, but we have expected XYZ from you that you have not worked on. Along with XYZ, you have worked on so many things, but those were contributing 80% of your energy, time, and efforts. Whereas you were expected to work on your top 20%, which has given you most ROI, which you did not. Same principle applies everywhere. In your so when you are in at school, you know what very important things that comes in the syllabus, and rest of the things fall under 80%. 20% will be very topper student, 80% will be average or not, backbencher or whatever you call it. At your workplace, 20% of your marketing force is generating 80% of the revenue. In the world, 20% of the world's population is owning 80% of the world's resources. So this rules is applicable everywhere. Now, what you need to do in order to increase your productivity? Identify your 20%. Sit down with yourself. Suppose you are an entrepreneur, you are an employee, you are a manager, or whatever role that you are managing right now. You sit down with yourself, number one. You list down everything that you are expected to do in your day to day on a monthly, quarterly, half yearly, or yearly basis. Take that list and speak to your stakeholder. Now, stakeholders can be your client, stakeholder can be your boss, your colleague, or with whomsoever you are working with. And tell them, if out of these 100 things, if out of these 10 things, which one thing or which 5 things or which 10 thing I will do, which is going to give you the maximum outcome. And they will tell you, oh, if you do this, and this, that is going to help you the company the most. Focus on those 20%. That's it. Simple. You don't have to do everything in your life. Of course, when the 20% is done, then you focus on 80%. But if the 80% is not getting completed, there will be no impact on your performance. But if your 20% is not getting completed, there is a direct consequences and impact on your performance. Identify those crucial things in your life. Beautiful and impactful concept. Pareto principle. 20% effort, 80% effort brings you 20% result. 20% effort brings you 80% result. Simple. Take a screenshot. Remember this principle and the mantra. Mantra here is focus on the few and you will win the many. Have selected people in your network who are going to give you the maximum benefit. Eat selected things which is going to give you the maximum nutrition. Do select few things, but do it so exceptionally well so that you are known for those things rather than doing multitasking. One of the biggest blockages for time management, multitasking. Now I'm covering that multitasking in the next question. How does the concept of batching tasks improve efficiency? This is very common. And I'm sure most of you must have tried this. You are doing it subconsciously most of the time. What is batching task means is you batch the similar task or task which can complement to each other. So I know many ladies who can talk over the phone and cook. And they will cook very well. And at the same time, they will pay all the attention on the phone. So that's a good example. But suppose you are working on an important project at the same time you are also cooking food. That is where you will not be able to pay attention. So remember which category you can combining with each task. The method is simplified in 4 terms. You list down all the items that you are doing. So number one method, always remember, list down everything that you're doing. whatever you are supposed to do. Now, most of the time, as a working professional, we all know that we have to be fit, we have to be healthy, we have to be active, we have to make sure that we are always agile. Now, but all of us are working in a sitting job. Most of us are working in sitting job where you have to sit on a desk for on a chair for 4 hours, 8 hours. You are not getting time for going to for jogging or going to gym. You're not getting time for exercise. What you could do, identify the task which is required. So suppose you have to walk, or you have to do jogging, or you have to pay attention on your health. You list down, I will be walking X distance from my office in order to reach there, or I will make sure that every day I will go to a doodh wala to bring that doodh ka packet, or make some your own rule, but combine that one thing. So you identify, then you brain dump. Brain dump means you list down, because everything, if you keep on thinking, one of the biggest tool of time management is making a to-do list. You make a to-do list, dump it here, because if you keep everything here, trust me, your brain will not work efficiently, and you will end up struggling with procrastination, indecisiveness, and lack of focus. So dump up the every single day. I can't stress it enough. Every single day, make a list, dump it, and follow all the exercise. Then you make a block. You make a batch. I can do one, two, three things together. So I can come, check my email at the same time, make the notes, what to reply, and I can also take the item that I need to communicate with my team member. Batch it. Simply all your meetings, what you can club with the meeting time, what you can do with the free time, what you can do, like the best example, your office lunch. Whenever you're doing office lunch, club it with networking, because networking is also important, may not be urgent but important. Club with your lunch, try to have lunch with different people so that you are able to increase the networking skills of yours. And there are many examples where have to utilize our time effectively. And then you book a time every day. You come, and you, in that time block, you have to work. I will explain time block in next slide. This is called time blocking. Every day when you get up, I want you to do one exercise. You all have a calendar in your mobile phone. Open that Google Calendar or whatever calendar that you're using, and from morning till night, design your ideal day. So suppose for me, when I had to do this exercise, I said I will be getting up at 4 o'clock. Impossible. But I ideal. So I 4 o'clock I will be getting up. 4 o'clock, 4 to 5, meditation, getting freshen up, yoga. 5 to 6, working on my most important project, MIP, most important project. Then 7 to 8, 5 to 6, okay. Then 6 to 7, exercise, going to the gym. 7 o'clock, getting ready, puja. Then breakfast, spending time with my family, getting ready, going to office. First hour of your office is the most crucial time. 90% of us are suffering in our time management, especially at our workplace, because we do not know how to manage the first hour of your workplace. Everybody who's watching this, please listen to me very carefully. Block your first hour or 45 minutes on your MIP, most important project. Every day you go to office, block that time that I will come to office, I will not check email. 90% of us have that natural inquisitive of checking emails. That is a time distractor. No, don't do it. Don't go to other people's desk. Don't do chit chatting. Just go there. If you have not created the list, make a list of the work that you'll be doing. And from the matrix, Eisenhower matrix, see what is the most important and most urgent task that I have to complete today. You just do it in that first 1 hour. Try, if 1 hour is the time, just do it for 1 hour. I am telling you, trust me, you will come back and say, thank you, Mahendra, for giving me the best tool in my life. Because when I was working in my company, I was for 3 years, I have been struggling for with my time. And for the next 5 years, it has given me out of turn promotion, R&R and benefits because I was focusing on my MIP, most important project during the first hour of my workplace. You just do it. From tomorrow onward, you will see the difference. Because rest of the day, you will be relaxed. When the boss is asking you something, you will have the answer. And even though the rest of the day goes very, very bad, you are not able to achieve a single thing, you will have a satisfaction while going back. At least I could achieve my MIP. I could progress my MIP. Sometimes you can't do everything because the project. Do one task, one thing which is dedicated, MIP. And then you schedule your entire day. Once you design your entire ideal day, then try to block your time for each task. And trust me, you will get so many things done in the very minimum time. Anything which is not scheduled, which does not get scheduled, does not get done. Simple rule. Mantra number, whatever. I forgot the mantra number. What strategies can help professional avoid procrastination? Very, very simple. You from today onwards, you will be not keeping things here. You will always be jotting down. The biggest tool is to-do list. Every morning, have a call with yourself. And if you're a manager, if you're a team member where you have to work with other people, always have follow this rule. My to achieve list. So don't call it to-do list. My to achieve list. In my during the day, I want to achieve this. You have a longer goal, break it in a little smaller parts. From that part, just pick one thing that you will be doing today for a bigger and important project. So to achieve part. In the last, when you go home or when you're sleeping at home, you say what I have achieved list. So what I have achieved list and to achieve list, just match. Initially, I'm sure when I'm telling you, it won't happen immediately. It will happen over the time. It will take some time to practice. But eventually, if you master this technique, this will give you great result in your performance. Procrastination, number one, learn to say no. Whatever you can say no, just say no. Sometimes you just practice of saying no. Number two, anything which can be done immediately, just do it. So there's a rule for email that I have always followed. There's a rule for somebody coming to me and asking help. Not for the first hour, after that first initial golden hour. Anything which takes me only 2 minutes to do, I will just do it immediately. Anything which takes me 2 minutes, more than 2 minutes, I schedule it and then I do it. Procrastination can be killed immediately. You have something important, just it can be done in 2 minutes, do it. Otherwise, schedule it and go as per your schedule, time block, time patching. There's no such thing as being too busy. If you really want to do something, you will make time for it. I know what I know you mean, you understand what I'm trying to convey here. Sometime when you have really want to do something, you will do it. Since childhood, will do it for a very long time, and we say yes, yeah, I will try, and I will try to make some time to meet you, and we will keep on trying, and we will from bottom of our heart, I want to meet that person, but somehow I will keep on struggling to meet him or her. But of the person I really care the most, eventually I will make some time, I will make all the arrangement in the world to meet them. Same applies at your workplace and in your personal life. Do you really want it? Ask that question. And how bad you want that things to be done. If you make it your topmost priority, important and urgent, you will do it. And the biggest example is our exams, the project deadline, the town halls, the meeting that we are having, right? We are not able to work, somehow we are struggling, but the moment our VP or the manager is coming and we have to give a presentation, somehow in the night, midnight, 12 o'clock, we will make the PPT. It will be done. And I'm sure who are listening to this are smiling right now. We don't study, but the moment, and we don't understand the topic also. But just before the exam date, we learn everything. All the concepts are being understood by us. I know you're smiling. That is how our brain works. Your brain will always work as per the deadline you give it to them. Suppose I tell you that I give you 1 month to complete the project, your brain will not be efficient enough to work for that 1 month. Suppose I tell you to work, I want this report by in 3 days. In the entire month's work, eventually you'll try to do in 3 days. Your work mind works as per the deadline. Learn this concept. Now, manager might give you 1 month time, but you yourself, by breaking up the task, creating the to-do list, creating most important and most urgent, you applying 80-20 principle, batching and blocking concept, you just block the time for one task of the longer deadline. You will never be in hurry. You will be walking very calm. You will be looking very, very relaxed in all your meetings because you have been working on every single day. Trust me, make it your MIP, most important project. And that is why we call it eat that frog. You might be struggling with all your tasks, and especially the one task which I MIP, which gives you the maximum outcome, you will keep on procrastinating it all the time. But the concept of eat the frog says what you hate doing, what you don't like, what you have been avoiding for very, very long, first you do that only. Just do that. Of course, it will take some time. You will, it will not happen here from tomorrow onwards. But to whatever you have been avoiding, the secret of your happier life, the secret of your successful life, the secret of your progress and peak performance lies in the task that you have been avoiding the most. The moment you start working on the project that you have been avoiding the most, you will see a new success at your workplace and in your personal life. Remember that. The best way to beat procrastination is to get started, even if it's just for 5 minutes. Whatever you have been avoiding, like exercise, just do it for 5 minutes. You have been avoiding working on a project, self improvement, just do it for 5 minutes. Now, most of us comes to me and they say, sir, my challenge with the mobile phone. Because of the mobile phone, I decide. So whatever you said, told me to make a to-do list. You told me to make a goal setting. You told me to batch the task, prioritize the task. I did everything. But so 1 or 2 days I did well. Then I ended up, just being the normal as usual. What, my dear friend, what you have done is what was supposed to be the biggest time management tool for you, you have made it the biggest time distraction tool, and that is your mobile. There are applications which are, so earlier you need to carry a notebook, then you need to take notes, then you to type and send it. All those things can be taken care by simply your mobile phone. There are many applications. So you have a Google Calendar. I told you, you just block your day. Scheduling blocking can be done in your calendar only. Then you have notes. Every thought which is coming to you, just put it. Don't keep your thoughts here. Just put it in your diary. There are applications which keeps on giving you a reminder. Anything that you want to do and you remember, don't think about it. Just put it in your alarm and say, I have to call my so and so at 4 o'clock. That task will go and you'll come back to focusing on your task. This distraction is gone, because if you don't write it, you will forget, and you will forget to call at 4 o'clock also to that client or to that person. Just put a reminder on your alarm phone. And of course, there are many applications which you can see on your screen. These are these application which helps you to make the to-do list, which makes you managing your time. It gives you mind map. It's block your time. You can save. It will give you a reminder and so on and so on. Google is full of these applications. But my I don't use very different application. I just use my calendar and my to do list. These two applications are more than good enough for me. And of course, alarm. Whatever I have to do, I just schedule it. And that particular time, people are very happy. Okay, how come you are able to call me exactly at 4:50? I said that's how I plan. So that's what we. I am here to tell you. Or one more thing. Never have your notification on your mobile phone. Never, ever. Not because of the time management, because it will destroy your mind. Your mind will be accustomed. It's like a drug. Every time tung ting tung comes, you will keep on seeing your mobile. Oh, what has come? And then you'll say, oh, somebody has liked your Instagram reel. You are working on your project, but you'll say, okay, your favorite person has liked it. You see who liked it, and then you see a reel, and you keep on scrolling. Don't don't waste your life, my dear friends. No, this is a complete waste of your life. Nobody is going to remember you in the world. You know, how many reels have you seen, how many shorts have you liked? Nobody is going to remember. People remember you only when how you have made their life better by being there on this planet. So just be mindful, learn the mind management first, learn the life management, and you will be pro at the life time management. With this, we are coming to the end of our program, and then we will be opening up for the question answer. I want all of you to follow us on the social handle which you are seeing on our screen, which is educationnest.com. That's our website, that's our Facebook. We are also available on YouTube and Instagram, which you are already seeing. Please go on our LinkedIn page, go on our Twitter, just write down whatever learning that you have learned today, whatever the best three things that you are going to apply from today onwards. Go and comment anything positive that you have found in this webinar, this training program. Write it that. Follow us on our Education Nest. With this, we are open for question and answer. Over to you, Priyam.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mahinder. I mean, it was such an informative session. I'm sure everyone took away some or the other strategy. I know I definitely have. We're now moving on, like Mahinder said, we're moving on to a Q&A segment. If you have any questions and you haven't written already in the comment section, please feel free to jot them down. Um, we've had we have some very interesting questions also. Mahinder, I'll just be going through them one by one. The first question for today is, um, can you suggest me some books on time management?
Yes, very good questions. So I always say that if you have to learn by your own experience, you will have to live at least 10,000 years to become effective in time management. So, what is the best use that you learn from all the people who have lived their life and became successful? Utilize the best practices which they have been following, and in your own 10, 20 years lifetime, you can be at reach wherever you want. In fact, I have listed down. There are many, so yeah, I keep on recommending so many. But I have jotted down for our participants time management books. GTD. There's a very brilliant book called GTD, Getting Things Done. This person, David Allen, is a pro in productivity. And I was so amused with the work that he has been doing. So I read his book and I kept on applying in my own life. And I realized if you develop the mindset of getting things done, it has got some of the best techniques of time management. Huh? You just read this book, Getting Things Done, and you will be blown away with how effective you become in time management. Second book that I recommend is Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. Oh my God. I've been avoiding major tasks in my life, but after reading this book, all the avoidation that you have been doing for your important tasks will be taken care. Similarly, we have essentialism, 4 hours work week, deep work. So I wanted to mention one more thing. Focus on your energy. Where your energy is the highest during the day. Some for some people it could be morning, for some people it could be afternoon, for some people it could be night or evening. Always work on very deeply without any distraction during your peak hours. You are going to create a lot of wonders in your work. And so there are so many books. We will run out of time and we won't be able to take much question. People
Yeah,
can take the
even
screenshot of this. All
yeah.
these books are going to be very great. But in the last, if you want to know one Indian book, all these are written by the foreign author. One book which is can summarize all these concepts and gives you Indian perspective is $1 Million Second, written by Brigadier Sushil Basin, published by CNBC TV 18. One book is combination of all books.
Oh,
Thank
that's
you.
nice, So it's a very good book for us to read if you want to, not buy multiple books and just get all the information in one book. I hope you guys, like Mahinder said, have taken a picture of all the books he's recommended. Moving on to a second question. As a manager, how do I prioritize tasks for my team when multiple project deadlines are approaching?
Very good. Fantastic. So as a manager, you have to do one thing. One is managing yourself, and second is managing your team. As a leadership and team building coach, I'm telling you, managing other people look very big, but it is secondary. Managing yourself is the primary goal. So from today's training, whatever you have learned, first you apply by yourself and start inculcating the same behavior and habit with your team members, because it's a team effort. If you have to achieve a deadline for a project, you can't do it by alone. All the stakeholders have to be on the same page. Just prioritize a task, use the 80-20 principle, use the hover metrics, and make sure all your team members are at the same page. And just by blocking and batching the task together, even the same team member can work on three different projects. And that's how you achieve it easily.
Great. That's quite a nice suggestion. I hope our viewers found it very useful, the one who specially asked the question. Moving on, um, there is but there's another person who's asking, I mean, it's similar to the lines that I can manage my time, but I mean, I cannot help people around me who are not able to manage their time. How do you think I can tackle that?
Correct. So if I want to play cricket, I can't play alone. I need to inspire people to play cricket. So if you are a manager, if you are one of that colleague, you need to make sure that you are able to communicate and influence, use your influencing skills to bring people on time and start expecting people. So, these metrics, what is a more MIP?
Hmm.
Put that concept in the people. What I'm expecting from Priyam, if I am able to communicate effectively, I think Priyam will give me that. That is how I need to start changing my way of approaching them. Trust me, their way of approaching you will be changed.
I'm sure you're right. This is one strategy that you can definitely apply. Moving on, there is another person like mobile, like you mentioned, that's our major problem. We all are guilty of spending like long hours on our phone. So there's one person who's asking that, I kill all my time on mobile. Can I manage that time?
We all are guilty. Okay, so you are. So then we are selling the same boat. I do it. She does it. Everybody does it.
Hmm.
But I think having a clarity of your goal will help you to prioritize what is important for you. Every time during the day when you feel distracted or lost or being lost in your mobile phone, ask this question: is there anything important in watching this mobile to me? And eventually, so it will not happen immediately, it's not a magic pill. Eventually you have to develop your mindset first, because your mind is weak, then only it is going to mobile. If your mind is strong, it will not go to mobile, trust me. So you have to work on your mind, not on the mobile. That's one, number one. Number two, you use your mobile as a reward. Just because it is in your pocket and it is accessible to you, don't use it the I mean mindlessly. Okay, use it as a reward. Only if I complete all my tasks, I will spend 2 hours watching reels. Give it as a reward. Because any which you spend 2 hours, okay, give it as a reward. On I will spend too much. Most of the family members they are struggling because father is coming to home. He should be spending time with the children and all. But eventually, oh, I'm so tired. There was a very bad day, very pathetic day, very hectic day at workplace. Let me freshen up my mood. No, boss. You have to spend quality time because that guilty will convert it to your workplace, and eventually, work-life balance will be gone.
Mm.
Make sure you dedicate a time only for mobile. So while going to office, I will watch mobile. While coming back, I will watch mobile. Whatever. You decide a time blocking on your mobile when you are scheduling. Please allocate a dedicated time only for mobile. But make sure when it is not the time for your mobile, don't entertain it.
That requires a lot of self-discipline, that to not touch our phone.
So once you know that every 4 to 5, every day 5 to 6, I have to use it, you can procrastinate using mobile. All your negative traits you apply on your mobile.
We have a lot of love also pouring in this session that people are commenting it's an excellent session and they've really enjoyed
Thank
it.
you. Thank you.
There are some people who are saying, they have applied these strategies, but they have fallen off the wagon very often. And then there are two people who have almost asked the same question: how to minimize distractions.
The minimize distraction requires, of course, as you rightly mentioned, discipline, right? But distraction, you think from a different point of view. Why distraction has come at your place? Mobile is one of the distraction, and there could be multiple external factors. There are only two things. One is internal, one is external. You cannot control external things, but you can always control your internal things. If you make your mind powerful by meditation, by reading books, by focusing on your goal, automatically distraction loses its power. That's number one. So that's a longer goal. Number two, hit at the root of the distraction. Looks very simple, but very, very effective. I'm telling you, very, very effectively. What is the root cause of distraction of mobile? Because I get exhausted at my workplace. No, if you are able to enjoy your work, your focus, you're getting right things, you may not be able to pay attention. Most of the time, when we are having a fantastic day, we don't even touch our mobile. You have seen it. Only
Yes.
when you are lost, when you are purposeless, whenever you feel very tired, your mind is craving for getting some external distraction,
Exactly.
motivation.
Mhm.
That is where it goes for a dopamine rush,
Dopamine, right?
and
I
then
was
you
about to say this, the dopamine hit.
dopamine rush, and you don't be addicted to dopamine. Seek dopamine in longer things, bigger things, and
Mm.
that's how you will be able to get rid of distraction. It's not easy, but it's doable.
Definitely, that's a very good idea. And we all struggle with this immediate dopamine hit that we require instead of delayed gratification, like you have rightly said. That's all the time we have since it's on time management. We like to close it also on time. But definitely we have a lot of people who are commenting. I mean, showering you with all the love and appreciation, Mahinder, that they've really enjoyed this session a lot today. And
Thank
thank
you.
you all.
I'm very grateful.
Yeah, I mean, it has actually been very informative, and you've shared some very practical strategies, very simple, but very practical and very like people don't think about them. It's such strategies. So, and we've really had some fantastic questions as well. So, thanks once again, Mahinder, for your time and expertise, and thank you everyone for participating with all your heart and showering us with such love. It really motivates us to do better. And I hope the techniques that Mahendra taught will give you like a fresh perspective on managing time. Remember, time management is not about squeezing more tasks into your day, but about making better use of the time you have. Start small, implement these strategies one step at a time, and watch your productivity soar. If you found this session helpful, don't forget to follow us on our social media handles as mentioned by Mahendra earlier for regular updates on our upcoming webinars. And before we wrap up, I'd like to remind you that Education Nest offers wide range of training programs designed to help professionals like you achieve peak performance. If you'd like to know more about our programs, please feel free to visit our website or reach out to us directly. Thank you all for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you in the next session. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you.